Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rokah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They continually rule very well. And Shalom to the hopefully elect that's continually pushing forth this word, this gospel, this ministry, that's giving our diligence to make their call and election sure, and our faith, truth, sincerity. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled The Body of Yahawashi, right? Because this thing of ours, this truth, is as far as the brotherhood goes, it's a unit, all right. And with each individual brother, we have our certain talents that the Lord gave to us that we are to utilize in order to further the business of the Most High. Now, um, this is known as a business because the Lord Himself, who these people in call Jesus, Yahawashi, said that it was his he was to do his Father's business, all right, or he was about his Father's business, which was what, teaching the word, all right. Now, as you see right in front of you, man, you have the human body, all right. You got the legs, the arms, the eyes, the ears, nose, the feet. You got all these different body parts, and they all work in conjunction with one another. That's how the brotherhood, or should I say, the house of David, which is the house of Yahweh Shem Shai. This is how we operate. All right. Cause see, that's why each individual brother is special. All right. We don't look at one brother above another. We don't put any brothers on a pedestal or nothing like that. Every single individual brother is very important to this ministry. All right. For actually, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the precept because it's gonna go right into it. Uh, so it's the book of oh, Slack, I'm in the wrong one. Let me go back. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and I'm starting at verse 11, and it says, "And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers." All right. Now, bear with me for 1 second, Akim. I'm here at my job. Just bear with me for 1 second. I'll be right back. Give me a second. What's up, man? Yeah, but I'm gonna read that again, man. It's Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11. It says, "And he gave some apostles and some prophets, some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of," what they got here is Christ, which we already know his real name is Yahawashi in the ancient Hebrew. All right. So all these talents, man, these gifts is for the perfecting of the saints. And who are the saints according to the Bible? All right, those that have made a covenant with the Lord by sacrifice. And what's the sacrifice? Making your body into a living sacrifice. All right, pretty much giving up the life that you once knew for the work of the Most High. All right, and see, some people can't do that, man. All right, that's why you got guys falling out left and right from the work because they can't handle the work. All right, they're not ready to leave off that old life that they used to know. The old friends or buddies that they may have. All right, that's why once again you have guys that fall out, man. But to get back on topic, you got these different offices, these different talents that's been given to certain brothers, certain men that's been selected, and it's for the perfecting of the saints. All right. Now, bear me for 1 second. I gotta handle. Yo, what's up, man? All right, 303. Yeah, yeah. All right. All right. All right, man. Take it easy. All right, it's like, uh, yeah, here in my job, had to bear me for one second, but it's like it for that brief intermission. Um, like I said, man, you got niggas coming in left and right. You know, uh, now earlier it was dead. But now since I'm doing a lesson, now they want to come in and come in the store and bother me and this shit, man. We already know that's Satan, man. But all right, going back to verse 11, um, and he gave some apostles, and some prophets, man. That's Satan, bro. Yeah. There we go. All right, read verse 11 again. It says, and he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, which this is our ministry. This ministry is known as service. All right, that's what that word minister, the definition of that word minister means. It means to serve. All right, it's for the work of the ministry or the service. It's for the edifying of the body of Yahawashi. All right, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of the Most High, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Yahawashi. All right. So there we are, man. It says unto a perfect man, right? Which this is what we strive for. We strive for perfection. All right. So that's why you have a righteous number, which is 144,000. All right. That's the mark of perfection. All right. Because the 144,000, the elect, is known as the blameless. All right. Without spot, free from sin, man. All right. The ones that the Lord has not imparted sin unto. Okay. Now, verse 14 says that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive. All right. So that we're no more children, right? That's tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine. All right. That actually goes into, uh, that's why the body of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, or the body of Yahweh Shai, is also known as the spiritual house that's being built. All right. Because with this spiritual house that's being built, the different winds of doctrines that's beating on the house. The house is not moving, man. The house is not going anywhere. It's not going to fall, right? Because the house, like in the scriptures, where Yahushua spoke about that. And actually, let me see if I can get that. I know I had it lined up already, and I kind of skimmed through it. This is the book of Luke, chapter 6. This is at verse 47. It says, whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. Verse 48. He is like a man which built an house and digged deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. All right. And that rock is Yahawashi. All right. Because Yahawashi is known as the rock. Okay. It says, but he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built a house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. All right. So you got, guys that build their foundation on, on gain, on fame, to make a name for themselves. All right. Build these different foundations, and they're not, and they can't stand. All right. It's not stable. Okay. But the foundation that we've been founded on is solid, man. All right. And another way of saying solid is sure, right? Which goes back to faith. Okay. So going back to Ephesians chapter 4, verse I believe I was at verse 14. So that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive. All right. So now to be actually, let me read on some more. It said, verse 15 said, but speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Yahawashi. That's why Yahawashi is known as the head of the corner. All right, the cornerstone. All right. Verse 16, from whom the whole body fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint supplieth, according to the effectual working in the measure of every part, maketh increase of the body unto the edifying of itself in love. All right. So there we are, man. All right. Now I'm gonna go grab another precept. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 4. It says, now there are diversities of gifts, but the same spirit. All right, which is the spirit of Yahawashi. All right, verse 5. And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. All right. And there are diversities of operations, but it's the same power which worketh all in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. All right. Now, I want to go back to, I want to go grab another precept. Now, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and verse 17. It says, and he hath cast the lot for them, and his hand hath divided it unto them by line. They shall possess it forever, from generation to generation shall they dwell therein. All right. As we start verse 16, it says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord, Yahawashi, and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. From my mouth it hath commanded, and the spirit it hath gathered them. All right, gathered who? The hopeful elect. All right, the 144,000. Okay. Verse 17, and it said, and he hath cast a lot for them, and his hand hath divided it unto them by line. What is he divided unto them by line? By wisdom. All right. Different diversity of gifts. All right. Prophecy. Okay. They shall possess it forever, from generation to generation shall they dwell there. All right. Now I want to go back to that precept. Um, verse 7, it said, but the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. But all these, and this is the point, but all these worketh that one in the self same Spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will. For as the body is one and hath many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is Yahawashi. All right. So just the same way that all the members are one body, it's the same thing with as a house. All right, that's founded upon a stone. Okay, so which every brick that's put into building the house, that's every individual brother. All right. Now, verse 13 says, for by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles. Let me read it again. So, for by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles. All right. And who are the Gentiles? The Israelite foreigners. All right. Whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit. For the body is not one member, but many. All right. Verse 15, if the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? That's right, because the foot, the foot is still joined to the body. It's still one body, no matter what. All right. It said, if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, it is therefore not of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing? If the whole were hearing, where were the smelling? But now hath the Most High set the members, every one of them, in the body as it hath pleased them. All right, so it pleases Yahweh Shem Shai that all of the Akim, or who of the hopefully elect, is working in tandem with one another, man. All right, that's why the apostle elders has been pushing that, to link up with brothers. All right, verse 20 it says, but now uh, are they many members, yet but one body. And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary. See, this said the ones that are more feeble of the body, right? It said they are necessary, man. All right. So, just like your pinky, right? Or should I say your pinky toe, right? It's the smallest, like maybe the smallest member of your body, but it's necessary, man. If you don't have that pinky toe that's on your foot, then you're gonna lose your balance. All right, and you're gonna stumble and you're gonna fall. All right. Now, Slakia. Verse 23 says, and those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor. Slakia. All right, Slakia. Say, upon these we bestow more abundant honor, and our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. All right. For our comely parts have no need, but the Most High have tempered the body together, having given more abundant honor to that part which lacketh. All right, or which lacked. All right, that there should be no schism in the body. All right, because that's what happens, man. You got guys that come in, all right, and they fall right out, man. All right, those are the schisms that are in the body. And guess what? The Lord is known as a great physician. So guess what? He's going to get to work on the body and get rid of that schism. All right, but that the members should have the same care one for another. And whether one member suffer, all the members suffer with it. Or one member be honored, all the members rejoice with it. All right. You see how the apostle elders are being held high in esteem, right? That goes for the whole house, all right, which is under the banner of great millstone, all right, which you're all going to receive the same honor, the same penny. That's the parable about the workers that went out to the field, and some came out early, all right, and then there were more that came out getting late into the day, and they all received the same penny, all right. Verse 27 said, now ye are the body of Yahawashi and members in particular. Okay, and the Most High has set some in the church, first apostles, all right, the apostle elders, you clearly see that. Secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers, after that miracles and gifts of healings, helps, governments, diversity of tongues. Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Are all workers of miracles? Have all the gifts of healing? Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret? But covet earnestly the best gifts, and yet show I unto you a more excellent way. All right. So that's pretty much it on that, man. That covers the lesson. First Corinthians chapter 12 breaks it down beautifully. All right. So I'll let you know, man, that each individual member of this body is important, man. All right. Even to the feeblest of members. All right, they're important. All right. Like I mentioned earlier about how the pinky toe, it keeps the body stable. All right. Just as the most feeblest the members of this household um that we are, or just the household of Yahweh Shem Shai, the house of David, they are equally important, man. All right. But that's it on that lesson. Lord willing, Joachim was edified by this video. Till next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that continually rule very well. And peace and safety to the hopeful elect that's continually laboring in this truth, that's conducting this work, that's giving all diligence to make your calling and election sure, and all faith, truth, and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.